It's time to bring the wheel back for day 114, so let's see what we get. We're going to get workshop chimps, and our hero is going to end up being Corvus. We'll use Corvus begrudgingly. Our first tower will be ice bottom, so we will have the icicle impale, and then our second tower will be a free top path. So I'm going to be choosing the glaive lord for that, just because I think this will be a pretty good combo, and let's see what it can pull off. So Corvus is definitely not my favorite hero, but this shouldn't be bad just because the rest of the gameplay is going to be very chill. Like, I won't have to really micromanage Corvus while getting all the nourishments. I'll still have to get all of the nourishments, but we can kind of push through that. And then everything should work out pretty easily. Because I had the free tower, I kind of chose a tower that would work very, very well with the icicle impale, especially for the map. So not much difficulties with that. And I should be able to just fill in all the gaps with Corvus, so we'll be able to see what funky stuff this comes up with. For this early game, I'm going to be bringing in that sentry gun, the 1.0 NG. It's just really, really good. I think it's extremely underrated for early games in Chimps, and that will just go straight into a spike factory, and I should be able to just grab Corvus from this. He's a lot more expensive than I remember. I don't know why. I remember him being like 1,080, but now he's a lot more, so we'll have to deal with that, getting just a little late, but that's fine. I'll be able to get the levels up just fine. And lastly, one thing to say, I believe the last episode of the series says it was day 114, but that's actually day 113. This one's the real day 114. Now, moving along, I initially tried to see if I could go for a really early glaive lord, and this is my attempts at kind of just doing it, but it quickly fell apart once we got a few Moabs coming in. The one the one spike balls, which has gotten many nerfs a long time ago. It's not a very good tower anymore, just wasn't really cutting it, so I pushed it up to spiked mines and moved along with that. If I wanted to, I could have done it with a Moab shove and gotten the save up, but then that Moab shove would become kind of useless later on because I'm not really going to be needing stalls for this, as I don't have ability based towers that have to get their abilities back. And on top of that, I'll have the icicle impale, which will kind of just slow everything down around the same speed regardless. So I wasn't really going to be getting that, and I just went for the spiked mines because I'll have that later to do some cleanup that the glaive lord gets shortcomings on, and we'll just get the glaive lord a little bit later, no problem. If there's any hiccups rounds, like round 63, where I'm gonna need a little bit more help, I can just use Corvus right here, so that's pretty nice, and then that will take out the first wave, and then the spike mines will be able to take out everything else, and I'll be able to work back on getting all of the nourishments again, and then glaive lord will come shortly after. Now, I actually was excited to kind of move into the late game once I got the level 20 from all the nourishments up, because this is a pretty good synergy. The Icicle, Impale, and the 502 Glaive Lord will work very well together. I'm getting 502 this time because I don't really think getting a whole MIB to get the benefit of 520 is much worth it, and I believe from some balance change, the margin of difference is now lower between 502 and 520. If there's more nuance to that, you can just correct me in the comments, but that is from what I recall. I'm not 100% sure if it's right, so just correct me if I'm wrong on that. But either way, I don't really think getting a whole village is going to be financially worth it, and I should be able to push through. If there's anything where I just need a little bit more power from Glaive Lord, I can use a motor, which I'll be able to really kind of avoid for a long time because of Corvus. So I'm expecting to really only have to use those in the much late game. But with the good slow and the high pierce and the Icicle Impale kind of clumping everything together, it will do very well. And if you want an interesting chimp strategy, just in general, you could definitely use this. Maybe not with Corvus. A hero that I might recommend, I'd say, with this would be Churchill. I think would pair very well. The Icicle Impale will deal with DDTs very, very well, and then it will also slow down ZOMGs considerably. The one issue that it would have, it's just that it wouldn't really be able to hold all of the Moabs and maybe a good chunk of BFBs, especially that stuff leaking down. So really you just need cleanup towers and then something to crack open ZOMGs a bit. So Churchill would be a very good accompaniment to this combination, I believe, but this will work out pretty well too, and I should be able to get a little bit of cash spare on the other hand. That Spike Mines is just really kind of for the mid game though, because there is no good Moab damage saving up into either the Icicle Impale or the Glaive Lord. Guess you're just always going to want to get Glaive Lord first, so something like that would be needed too, and then just get the Glaive Lord a little bit later. But it's nice to see the random wheel giving me a good strategy from time to time. Well, I mean, it didn't really give me a good strategy. I kind of chose half of it with the free top path, which is a nice thing to get here and there. But going for some towers that I don't really use often is really nice to see, just being forced to use it from the recommendation of the wheel. So if you've ever done a challenge like this, I believe I have the wheels linked in my Discord. You might know it's a cool way to mix things up. Going into the late game, everything's running pretty smooth. I'm able to get level 20 here on round 95, which is nice, and I'll just be able to really use the common combos that I've been using kind of for all the time. Corvus, I want to say, is a lot more simple than people think when it comes to using spells. You just got to remember a few combinations and time around when you're going to use Echo, because that's the one thing that works well with everything. It's like the best spell for the reason that it makes everything else so much better, and it's limited, so you kind of want to work around when you'll get it. But I can just figure out what the weakness is that I need to fill with Corvus, and then use just the combo of spells that works with it, and then I have hotkeys kind of running with that too. On round 98, I will be using some of these extensions for the first time, and with the extension, Glaive Lord will be able to go absolutely crazy and just rip apart round 98 with the help of a bunch of Corvus spells, and then round 99, not an issue. So I have a lot of cash spare here, but I came into a little bit of a roadblock, and round 100 unfortunately didn't quite work. Now there is a big thing that you might know where Corvus will be able to insta-kill the ZOMG insides, but for whatever reason, I am not sure why, that isn't working anymore for me. Well, it wasn't really working when I didn't have Echo with the overload. I know Echo with the overload makes it do a lot more damage, but even when I got the ZOMGs really weak, it didn't seem to layer through to the other one. So I had to buy a small Moab shredder, and then I was able to win with just under 67,000 cash spare. There's one for all of you brain rot kids, but pretty cool combo. Corvus kind of made me a little bit frustrated at the end.
Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!